Hello everyone, welcome to Lukman IS. Today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 2nd November 2020. So let us see which are the important articles in today's The Hindu newspaper. We can say only 3 are relevant, more relevant to our examination. So let us see or analyze these articles. For men's perspective first, article on page number 6, signs of easing. Context of the article, reducing COVID-19 cases and how some states should take care of, we can say that the second wave there can be there at the same time. The number of cases that are detected. Okay, so reporting is also very much important, and some states like UP and Bihar, they do not have evidence of such kind of cases more. Therefore, we can say that there is need of ramping up of more tests in those states. Okay, reducing COVID-19 cases in India. After reporting over 97,615 cases on September 11, the largest number ever reported in single day by any country till then, India has been witnessing a steady fall in daily fresh cases, okay, reported since mid-September. More importantly, the reduction in daily cases has continued despite no appreciable drop in overall testing numbers. So this is good thing, good development, that it is said that the peak of coronavirus or COVID-19 has gone by in India, okay, in September. Okay, now it is quite clear that the pandemic has peaked by spreading through the major densely populated cities, leaving lakhs of infected and thousands dead, but there is definite slowing down in these areas. There is evidence from other disease surveillance in the past that states with better primary health and sentinel infrastructure across the topographies, urban and rural, have recorded diseases better. Okay, so recording of these diseases, or we can say that the testing facilities, whenever there is primary health, good infrastructure or health infrastructure in both urban and rural areas. The absence of evidence is, after all, not the evidence of absence. This is good statement you can use anywhere. Okay, and Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and other must not become complacent about the drop in cases. While peaking and reduction in cases is good sign that could ease the strain on health infrastructure, the danger the virus poses is still real. Q, because of, let's say, opening of all these activities and the festive season and winter season, so uski wajah se kya hai, the threat is still there. Almost economy has opened up again, all restrictions have been removed, and there are again chances that there can be regional outbreaks, local outbreaks, and therefore we should be very cautious. The citizens must not get complacent about the drop in cases and should continue to observe norms of social distancing, mask wearing and hand sanitization and hand hygiene till the vaccine made available prove their efficacy. This is important conclusion always to be written in COVID-19 cases. A question related to that. Okay, fine. Moving on to next, very good article, important article is with respect to international relations by M.K. Narayan, former NSA, National Security Advisor. Okay, so it is saying that in recent times how India-US alignment has happened, especially more cooperation in defense sector and technology sharing, and also the Malabar exercises and how there is militarizing of Quad grouping and its impact on our neighbor relationship and regional ties. Okay, so this is what the article is talking about. So let us try to understand what is given in this article in detail. Yes. So change in the trajectory of India's foreign policy. The third India-US 2+2 ministerial dialogue जो अभी हुआ था उसके बारे में, and the centerpiece of the dialogue was signing of BECA agreement. Okay, so with signing of BECA, India now signatory to US related foundational military agreements, all four, right? So previous governments had resisted attempts to get India to sign these agreements on the ground that it would compromise India's security and independence in military matters. However, the present government argues that there are enough India-specific safeguards built in these agreements. Advantage, but at a cost. indisputably the access to this kind of highly classified information is at advantage for India. At the same time, it must be recognized that information comes with the price tag. Now, what is this cost? Built into the agreement are provisions for two-way exchange of information, and while India prides itself for maintaining strategic autonomy, तो ये जो strategic autonomy जो maintain करने का chance था, now we need to compulsorily share the information, military information or strategic information to these US. By signing these agreements, India has signed into becoming part of wider anti-China coalition of the willing. So ये एक हम बोल सकते हैं cost है that India has to pay if China is, we can say, antagonized because of such step. Impact on China: after having distanced itself from Quad for years on account of its security and military connotation and anti-China bias, India has more recently waived its objection even as Quad has become more anti-China in its orientation. So invitation to Australia to participate in Malabar naval exercise this year, to which the other two Quad members had already been invited, further confirms this impression. ये जो ऊपर की बात हुई है. Too close an identification with US at this juncture may not, however, be in India's interest. ठीक है, तो ज़्यादा alignment होना ये इंडिया के इंटरेस्ट में नहीं है. And this has been from time to time in past. We have observed that since 1988 India has pursued, we can say, despite occasional problem, a policy that put a premium on avoidance of conflict with China. जैसे डोकलाम स्टैंड ऑफ हुआ था in 2017, even after that India saw virtue in Wuhan and Mamallapuram discourses to maintain better relations. Now they have been removed, or we can say such kind of policy has changed now. जो trajectory change होने की बात हो रही है ना, so this is the change as India gravitates towards US sphere of influence. Impact on regional ties. So what are the regional ties? Like neighbors, many neighbors, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, normally perceived to be within India's sphere of influence, currently seem to be going out of it. कैसे? Like both China and US separately seem to be making inroads and enlarging their influence here. The Maldives, for instance, has chosen to enter into the military pact with USA to counter Chinese expansionism in US, we can say Indian Ocean region. Again, while India has been complacent about improved relations with UAE, we need to have some kind of deft diplomatic handling that the latest UAE-Israel linkage does not adversely impact India's interest in the region. India needs to devote greater attention to try and restore India and Iran ties, which have definitely frayed or come down in recent times because of, we can say, the sanctions by USA, and India has been concerned about those sanctions. Meantime, India must decide on how best to try and play the role in Afghanistan without getting sucked into Afghan quagmire. Okay, so this is very important aspect. Impact on India-Russia relations. Almost certainly in the circumstances, India can hardly hope to count on Russia as the strategic ally now, which has been always there. This at a time when Russia and China relations have vastly expanded and strategic experience exists between the two countries. Okay, so China और Russia का alliance बहुत बढ़ गया है, and we can say that now Russia may not be, we can say that, favorable towards India, especially as a strategic ally. Why? Because India has been moving towards USA or having more strategic alliance with USA in recent times. Fine. So yes, such kind of question we can answer from this article. Too close an identification with US at this juncture may not be in India's interest. Do you agree? Justify your view. So you give such kind of justification arguments in that. Critically analyze in the impact of growing defense relationship between India and US on India's relationship with China and other countries in the region. Surely there will be question on with this respect, either growing military cooperation with Quad countries, or there can be question on specifically India-US relationship. there can be question on impact on India-China relationship because of this development. Okay, so such kind of question you try to prepare, take input from these articles. Okay, next article. Yes, some important development from economy, facts, data. GST inflows cross 1 lakh crore in October. Now this is for the first time in this financial year. Revenues from GST 1.05 lakh crore in October, up to 10% from a year ago, and the highest recorded since February 2020. Okay. However, the economists and businesses are cautious about the sustainability of this trend. Okay, the growth in GST revenue as compared to that of months in July, August and September. तो जुलाई में माइनस थे ये सब, एंड अभी सितंबर और अक्टूबर में प्लस हुआ है. Clearly shows that the trajectory of recovery of the economy and the correspondingly revenues. Okay, तो ये trajectory हम बोल सकते हैं जो grow हो रहा है, बढ़ता जा रहा है. However, some economists and businesses are cautious about that, because there can be chances of second and third wave of this coronavirus unless and until the effective vaccine is there in place and it is distributed to all people. We can say that we need to be always cautious about these economic activities or growth, we can say prospects. Fine? Okay. Yes. So these were important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. We can say not many articles are more related to our examination. Yes, for further information on editorial discussion classes or ED classes, wherein in-depth analysis of men's related articles is done by Ansari sir and team, you can contact Lukman IAS. Thank you.